Hello everybody, welcome to Blox Custard. We have some exciting things to talk about in this video, and the topic we'll be focusing on today is how to avoid scammers in Adopt Me. But of course, before we dive into this video, I've got a question for you. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? If you aren't, you're missing out on quite a lot here. So make sure to subscribe so that you will always get the latest information about Roblox from us. Anyways, like I said in the beginning, let's dive right into this video. As you all may already know, scams or scamming is an unjust way to obtain items such as vehicles, pets, bucks, or toys in Adopt Me. And scammers are players that intend to obtain such items from other players by using dishonest techniques. Thousands of Adopt Me players have been scammed in the past for legendary or even common items, so players getting scammed is a lot more common than you think. Adopt Me developers have responded and made a trade warning pop up before you can trade with someone, and they also used other techniques to decrease scamming in the game. However, it isn't enough, and it's up to the player to protect themselves from scammers. That is why we will be telling you how to avoid scammers in Adopt Me. Starting off with the first way to avoid scammers is to know your pet's value. This is the most important thing to know for both avoiding a scammer and trading in general. By knowing your pet's value, you will be able to tell the difference between a scam and a fair trade. To know your pet's value, you can check out the Adopt Me wiki or head to Adopt Me community forums on Discord, Reddit, or Roblox groups. You can learn a lot from these communities on what your pet's value is, so that you can make a decision on whether or not to trade with another user. Some traders or scammers that you will encounter would devalue your pet. If they do that, it's better for you to avoid them at all times. Moving to the second way to avoid scammers is to keep an eye out for 9-item scams. In Adopt Me, you really need to keep an eye out for possible 9+ item trade scams. In this scam, the scammer would offer over 9 items for the victim's item. As the Adopt Me trade system only supports 9 items or less, the scammer promises that they will add the extra items after the trade. When they trade, the scammer typically puts the items worth the least in first, claiming to give the more valuable items after. Once both sides accept, the scammer will leave the server and the victim will be left without their whole offer and scammed out of their item. This is one of the most difficult scams to avoid because the scammer sounds legit and committed to giving you better items. But a way to avoid this scam is for you to simply avoid trading for more than 9 items, even if the scammer promises to add very valuable items afterwards. Next up, you have to never go to offsite links. Another popular scam in Adopt Me is the advertising scam. In this scam, the scammer will advertise their social media group or any other offsite link and promise the victim a high-valued item if the victim subscribes or follows them. If you don't know what offsite means, it's basically a site that is outside of Roblox, so please avoid going to other sites to do a trade. Although you won't lose any items for falling for this scam, you will instead lose a lot of time since you wasted it following the scammer's socials. Then again, to avoid this, just don't go to other sites other than Roblox. It's even stated in the Roblox site that it's heavily recommended that you don't click on offsite links or do any business outside the Roblox platform. And finally, don't let people borrow items. The borrow scam is another popular scam that hits a lot of players in Adopt Me. According to the Adopt Me wiki, in this type of scam, the scammer would make up a reason and ask to borrow a high-valued item from the victim. They may back up their claims with a false story to further trick the victim. After the victim shows sympathy and hands over their item, the scammer would leave the game without returning the victim's item. In a different scenario, the scammer could ask to borrow a low-valued item to gain the victim's trust. Later on, they could ask to borrow a more valuable item, then leave the game once they receive it. So overall, to avoid this is very easy. Just don't let players borrow items from you, only let your friends do that. Alright guys, so unfortunately this video has come to an end. That is it on how to avoid scammers in Adopt Me. Since you guys have reached here, I just want to remind you to subscribe so you will not miss any of our upcoming Roblox videos. Also, like the video as it helps us beat the YouTube algorithm and lets this topic be delivered to more people. And lastly, share this video so we can inform others. With that, thank you so much for watching, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.